Sup, Rivals fans? I'm Blake Chaos, and I'm your friendly neighborhood foul-mouthed meme lord, and today we're checking out some Black Panther gameplay. Now, this is going to be a new series that I'm going to be kicking off of spectating some high-level gameplay for characters that there's absolutely no way I'll ever be able to main, and that's going to really come down to a lot of the divey characters. Today, we're featuring Black Panther and some crazy Black Panther gameplay from a one-above-all player. We're going to be spectating a game from Ko-Fi, again, a one-above-all player that's currently in the leaderboard of 214, which seems insane given how much love this game has right now. And we've got somebody that has 30 hours of just Black Panther. It's kind of insane. This person has almost 2 characters for 30 hours, but we're going to push past it. And again, if you go check out their history, we're looking at MVPs for days, wins for days. What I'm really looking for when I came in here was I was looking for some Black Panther gameplay. You see that crazy emblem, you know this person's put a lot of time in. And if we look at the scoreboard from this particular game, we're looking at a 33-9 game. I think that most of my games look about the opposite of that, getting 9 kills and 33 deaths. But don't tell anybody, okay? Thanks. You know, plus 20,000 damage. We got some damage block. 15 final hits. That just seems kind of nuts. I'm stoked to watch this and see if I can pick up some tips that I can apply to my own dumpster fire Black Panther gameplay. Who knows? Maybe we'll see, but I definitely won't be playing Black Panther in ranked anytime soon unless I get new hands and get rid of the hand dyslexia that I currently have. But without more bullshit, let's take a look at this gameplay and see what we see. It's going to be nuts. We're going to have a good time together and pull out some tips. All right, so we're looking at a pretty solid team comp here, it feels like. So if we take a look at their team right now, we've got a Hulk, Iron Man, Black Panther, Magic, so 2 dives, and then we have 2 heals. So we've got a little bit of a Rocket Raccoon, which I feel like most times when I'm playing games is an absolute troll. But then we've got somebody that's got a bunch of hours on Mantis, so this is looking pretty good. It looks like we're kind of playing very aggressive right off the start, just hitting into the back line, looking for their Mantis right now. Who knows where the health packs are? That's certainly something I don't know how to do, because that's what healers are for, right? Looks like they're really just kind of using the walls to their advantage a lot more than I ever would. I keep trying to do that same combo where you hit them with a spear, you dive in, and you dive back through them. Doesn't really work, as you saw in the gameplay when we started. It gets really mixy really fast, but you have to, I don't know how you do it, but it looks like you just really have to know the map super well and get out. Diving again for the, oh, these healers are going to hate this by the end of this game. Oh, do you get the Mantis here? Really just kind of knowing when to get in and out. It's kind of like playing high-level Venom, right? Where you have to dive in, understand that, oh, I need to get out of here because I'm about to die. Really pro with the float down, making this look way too easy. All right, we hit the dive again. That was crazy. They went after Hulk in that one. We're at 42 health. Now, there is 9 deaths, but, like, that's nothing compared to how many kills we get and how much damage is being output. That's kind of wild to me. Really just seems to kind of crawl up the walls, look for a dive. I think they're really just looking to chase down some of these healers right now. Hits the double jump a bunch. Floats down like, you know, a bird from heaven type beat. Is relying on that health pack pretty heavily because we only have truly 1 healer. Like, yes, Rocket's here, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel most Rocket Raccoon players don't really feel like they're great at doing the heal aspect. They're great at dropping the turrets. Sometimes they usually drop them in very inconvenient spots, but right now we're playing pretty passive, just kind of letting things play out as the team caps the point. Which makes sense, because once you've kind of like taken out the healers and like that, I think it makes more sense to just kind of get back, wait for another dive, because the team's, your opposite enemy team is going to respawn. One thing that's interesting to me here, because I watched like a lot of clips of Black Panther and all that kind of shit, and a couple of streamers that focus only on playing Black Panther, there's a lot less of like throwing the spear in to get that vibranium mark on somebody, which I think is really interesting. It's a whole lot more about you're playing a little bit more in the background, walking up walls, getting in good positioning. Oh, the Psylocke creeped up there. Yeah, good Psylocke gameplay versus a Black Panther. If you get caught off guard, just like anybody else that plays this game against high-level Psylocks, you are just chalked, brother. So we go in for the regain. Kind of going the same route that they went. Really just playing super patient, looking for that dive. Goes back to get the Psylocke. It's really funny. They keep hitting a dive. They don't necessarily get the dive take that they're wanting right now, but they'll dive secondarily into a tank afterwards, which is really interesting. So I feel like it'd be very hard to kill a tank with Black Panther. I don't know what they're talking about, so don't take my word for it. They clearly do know how to play BP. Again, I think like a big thing that maybe I'm missing, maybe most like newer players are missing, or most players that haven't, you know, been mainlining this into their eyeballs constantly for 24/7 since the game came out, is knowing where the health packs are. I think a lot of times too many people are relying on, you know, maybe the one mantis you have or the two healers that are, you know, healing the tanks. And as like a dive character, I think you got to know where the health packs are. I definitely don't know where they are. I try to do a little bit better as I'm like picking up Black Panther and trying to play it in quick play. But it's definitely something worth kind of picking up here, because I've noticed they're not really getting healed by their team. Really relying on that like damage armor that comes up. Hence, you know, the damage block that they have, that kind of like 13k they end up with at the end of the game, which is like close to what some tanks are getting at my hard-ass stuck bronze level. This is pretty sick. I mean, it is super mixy. Okay, the revive turret off of a rocket is kind of pro. Although those things tend to just put me in the worst spots ever. I end up getting like a double death. One, because I'm not paying enough attention and I'm confused that I've respawned because I'm an idiot. But at the same time, I don't really know that they're always in optimal spots. All right, your cloak is dead. You end up having to take an L as well. This team's just really pushing hard back, and the Psylocke is really kind of competing well, it feels like. Let's see what they're looking at between like the Psylocke. So we're at 7, Psylocke's at 10. They're about like in the same pace range. Psylocke seems like it's very aggressive. There you go. Where are we gonna go? We're gonna get a 1v1. 1v1 Psylocke action. God of Thunder came up here to help Psylocke. How do you get out of that? Oh my, I would never make it out of that alive. There's no way. Like, the Thor would have hit me with his hammer, like, right in between the legs, and then, you know, Psylocke would have just thrown the daggers at me, and I'd be chalked on the floor, crying a lot. All right, so we have ulti here. A lot of things are still on cooldown. I'm wondering if that's what they're looking for. Although if they hit people with the mark, everything comes off cooldown. It did right there. I really don't understand the best times to use Black Panther's ult. I know that it has some damage like reduction and things like that, just like a lot of the abilities here, where you can just like gain damage armor and stuff of that nature, but holy shit, I do not know what to do with his ult or when to actually use it. And I've botched it basically every time I've used it, but that's most ults that I ever use. All right, we're in that cloak bubble, looking good, looking good. Although, like, the other cloak bubble is kind of coming in on them. I just don't understand how people play on a crazy enough sense that you can just be dive turning and know when to get out. This just has to be extreme game sense. Like, okay, what's my health bar at? All right, I might as well just get out of here because this is too mixed. And like, one thing I'm also noticing, like, they are kind of three-peeking corners as you would with the third-person point of view, but they're not really going, you know, too deep into the back line. Like, I think a lot of the ways that I see Psylocke players play, they play very flank-heavy. Like, this person's, like, behind their team. All right, there we get the cloak. Let's go. That's a big, big one. All right, now we're seeing a little bit more flank gameplay. Let's go. All right, we got to get away from the tank. That Namor is about to be out of here. Wow, there we go. There's the spear into the dive. All right, looking for another pick off the Mantis. Let's see how this goes. Oh, and we wall climb. Do you dive down? Ooh, that's a nice Mantis ult, I guess. Kind of just healing the whole squad, stopping the pushback. That's tough. Mantis ult is pretty insane. It's a little bit OP. I do love playing Mantis, but it does feel pretty broken. Although, like, a lot of the ults are kind of extra, if I'm being honest. So that's just my opinion. I feel like Luna, Mantis is pretty crazy. I feel like Psylocke's ult can be really nuts as well. And I do think it makes a lot of sense for healers to be able to cancel out some of that stuff. But mainly because, like, you get these crazy ults. All right, that's round 1. What are we looking at scoreboard? 13 and 4. We got 12k damage on the board already. Wow, we're about to do double that. more than double that. That's insane. Really, not really far up. I kind of would have expected maybe going to that far right side on this side of the map and just kind of sneaking in. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's probably what I spawn, die, spawn, die, spawn, die, and spawn, die when I play dive characters. That's why I only take them into quick play, because it's a bad time. All right. So we're looking for information. It looks like here, game's just kicking off. We're less than the 4-minute mark. Looks like Thor's gonna wrap around. Oh, they stranged in. Something strange for a piece of change. Here we are. We're gonna start climbing walls, try and get in on the back line in here. My gut says they're probably looking for like just a quick pick off of either Cloak or Mantis. That was a crazy diversion, because I don't know if y'all saw it, but I could see Thor looking like he was running specifically up this right side, but they just decided to strange in. All right, that health pack is gone. Looks like he is getting some better heals this go around. Let's go. All right, Mantis dead. There it is. Oh, Strange dead. Wow. And that was nuts. A lot of that was more just like claws. Are the claws that damaging? I feel like I don't really use the claws enough. And I don't know if there's like a good, because most of these characters, like, it's kind of good to swap in your random like stick melee or whatever it is on PC, in addition to like a true, you know, button ability that you see on the right hand side. I don't know if that's what's going on here, but I think there's a little bit of melee comboing inside of the tricks that we got in the bag right now. What? Oh, this Mantis. That was a pretty sick today. That probably saved that Mantis's life. Oh, wow. Great today, but that, I think that actually pulled an ult out too. Oof. Namor, I think, is such an underrated character that people don't, like, I don't know, I feel like people call it a cheese character or an easy character. That shit turns the tides. Not, you know, no, like, ocean jokes intended. But literally, I feel like Namor is kind of goated. Especially if you have good aim. I do not. But then you throw them little, like, turrets up and you can put them in different positions. You just get a whole lot of value. Especially if things are going just ass in a game. Turn things around. Wow, dude. You gonna go get that Psy? I feel like they're trying. No, they're gonna go try and dive the back line and get this cloak, it looks like. Ooh, that Psylocke came in looking maybe for that health pack. Or just knew you were there. Oof, Captain America just barely gets you. Barely. The situation that ult is gonna come out for this character. Because again, I don't really understand it. I've underutilized it because I am a meme lord trash gamer. But I have been loving Marvel Rivals. I've never played a hero shooter in my entire life. I've never even been interested in it. I kind of just saw a couple people that I like streaming it, tried it, and I am, you know, somewhat suffering from Marvel Rivals addiction like the most of the world. Ooh, this Moon Knight's probably chalked if you come down, brother. Yes, you are. Good night. Get out of here. Bye. Going in on the Psy. Oh, and the health pack's already gone, but Psylocke wraps. Oh, man. Hits that butterfly and just zips on out. Ooh, all right. Rocket's still in the mix. Just bunny hopping his ass off. What the hell? All right, we're gonna wrap around this time, I would imagine. Probably like get a little bit more out of the life. They are okay. So they've opened the door. We got the vehicle moving. We're gonna pull back a little bit. I think that makes sense. I wouldn't have done that. I probably would have just tried to ape my way in there like an idiot. Whoa, lots of aggro already off like Thor versus Thor action. Get sedated. Oof, Thor coming in. Wow, damn. The opposing team is just like super aggressive right now. I guess it makes sense because you're staggering a lot of the team. It's one thing I don't really know what to do with dive characters. If your team starts getting really staggered, do you just like chain hang? Do you not go anywhere? I have no idea. And I just learned that today that you can actually be the one that activates those weird symbiote bits on the map. I thought they were on timers. I'm an idiot. Welcome to the chaos. But that's pretty cool. Another reason to learn the maps, not just for heal spots, but for weird things like that that maybe you can play to your advantage. Up the wall. All right, we're looking for a dive. Really wants this Mantis out of here. I think that makes a whole lot of sense. There's the spear. It's really interesting. I feel like they play the spear a whole lot less than a lot of like popular streamers that I've seen. and that kind of just different styles of gameplay. Still, like, nonetheless more effective or less effective. It's just interesting to see it because I feel like the common combo always starts with like the spear, get the mark on, and then you can like swipe through them. Once again, showing off the extreme map knowledge there. Wow, this Psylocke is just like about it. Dive versus dive fights. Here we go. Go in. Oh, wow. That's a couple of times. I feel like Psylocke is the majority of the kills on our Black Panther here. All right, again, we got the ult up. Either I missed it or, yeah, I had to have missed it because now this is like the second time it's been up or the third time. All right, Mantis just got caught slipping. There go. Okay, and there goes the ult to take down nearly both healers, I believe. Got both Cloak and Mantis in one go. That's like backline value out of this BP. Holy. Again, looks like we're going in on Cloak. Having to deal with Psylocke in the mix. Oh, man. Doesn't really get it done there. But what are we going to do now? It's weird that their team is kind of just like ignoring Black Panther in the backline. Just keeps moving forward. Whoop, there goes your Cloak. That Cloak is never going to want to see another Black Panther as long as they live. Oh, Cloak and Mantis both gone, both done. Can you get Psylocke? And then you might be really rocking. Holy shit. Oh, they stranged ulted in. All right. Not strange ult. My bad. Strange circled in. They portaled in. There it is. Words are hard and my brain don't work good. Wow, what a crazy game of just like insane diving. Lot less like of combo diving than I expected, but really just taking out those heals. Those heals are never going to want to see a black line ever again. I kind of wish that we had comms for the other team. Probably hear them yelling at their teammates of why am I getting dove and nobody's doing anything about it? Because I mean, this Black Panther felt like they just had their way with the healers. But in terms of what do we pick up from this, I really feel like map knowledge seems to be key. Getting goated with the sauce with your floats when you're climbing walls and just kind of knowing when to reposition yourself and where that health pack is, because that just seemed to really be what you need. That's not stuff that I currently do. Maybe it's things you already do. If you caught something in this video that you think is useful, comment it down below. But thanks for watching. I've been Blake Chaos, your friendly neighborhood foul-mouthed meme lord. I'll catch you tomorrow for more Rivals content.